Hi, this is Forrest with Digitalus Media. In this screencast, I'm going to demonstrate how to add a new page to your Digitalus Framework site. When you log into your CMS, the first page that you're going to be directed to is your dashboard. If you go to the left-hand side of the page on the sidebar, you'll see the Content Manager panel, and directly below that the Content Root. Let's go ahead and open the Content Root up, and you'll see that there's the Home directory and Resources directory. One thing that's very important to understand about the way that Digitalis works is the distinction between the content root and your site root. The content root is the root of all of the content on your site. For example, you may have resources such as snippets that shouldn't be publicly accessible unless you want to use them, so you keep them out of the site root, which is the home page. And this is configurable, and I'll show you how to do that in a later tutorial. Now, we open up the home page, and let's create a page for the Digitalis roadmap. Right-click on the home node, click Add Child, and let's just go ahead and put in some dummy content here. Intro. Throw in some lorem ipsum. And one thing to note is the default page type with Digitalis is a wiki page, which is rendered using text style markup, so you don't need to do any hand coding with HTML. Go ahead and save this page, and then we'll clear the cache. Digitalis caches all of the menu data because it can be a very intensive process. So we added a keyboard shortcut to make it quick and easy to clear the cache. Go Alt-C. Your cache has been successfully cleared. Then we'll go out to the page and refresh it. And there's the Digitalis roadmap. Okay, now let's say we want to move this up above the download page. This site tree actually supports drag and drop ordering. So that is all there is to that. And now if we go back to the edit page form, you'll notice that this form is very simplistic, and you may be wondering where you have control over menu labels, URL slugs, page titles, and what have you. I like to hide things like that, things that I'm not using every time I'm editing the page, and Digitalis uses some fairly reasonable and logical defaults. For example, it names the roadmap page roadmap if you don't specify something different. But in this case, let's go ahead and say this is the roadmap page. URL slug, you can set the menu label, the URL slug, the legacy URL, which is very helpful when you're importing an old site, the meta description and meta keywords. And you can also update the skin here. Click Save. Let's see. Roadmap. And there you have it. And now the last step is going to be to delete this dummy page before we forget to. Right click on it, delete, and there you go.